Good afternoon, Trinity family. Welcome to the Midweek Minute for November 17th. I hope you're having a great day. I have a lot of things to cover for the midweek video today, so I'm going to try to make it as concise and focused as possible. Okay, so first I wanted to give a word of thanks to our worship team leader, Kate Arndt, who filled in as a guest preacher this past Sunday, and I thought did an absolutely phenomenal job talking about songs of prayer in our Behind the Music series that we're doing. I was just really impressed and thankful for Kate's gift of leading us in worship, not only through song, but through the word that Sunday morning. And her challenge that I was left with, after hearing the message, I was just really kind of challenged and convicted to be spending some time in some prayer and meditation on one of my favorite songs, Be Thou My Vision, which is a song that she discussed in her message. And spending time in that song, doing what Kate encouraged us to do, which is quiet our mind and our heart. So when we approach these songs of prayer, quieting our mind and heart was the first thing. Hearing the words, really taking in and listening to the words for what they are, not just bopping along, and sometimes we sing as if it doesn't really mean much, but really taking time to consider the words that we are singing, the prayers that we are praying through these songs. So quiet our mind and heart, hear the words, and her third was immerse yourself in prayer. That as you are singing, or as you are just closing your eyes and listening, immersing yourself in the prayer of that song. Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart. Be that important number one priority. Be the number one influencing factor in my life. Be my king, be my Lord. All these different images and words that pop into your mind as you consider this song, instead of just being like, be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart. I mean, what I've been loving about this series is taking time to consider, it sounds silly, just the point of the series, consider what we are praying and why. And I thought Kate, just wanted to give a word of thanks to Kate. She did phenomenal. I'm really thankful. This week I will be back preaching, so I will be doing that. We're going to be talking about songs of response this week, songs of response. So we have songs of praise that are just straight up telling God how amazing he is. We have songs of prayer that are asking for guidance, asking for forgiveness, praying through our songs. But we also have these songs that are saying, okay, God, what are we promising to do based on all these other things that we've sung, based on your goodness, based on our prayers? Okay, what are we now committing to do? How are our lives going to be different? And what are we declaring our lives to be through these songs? And so kind of for me at least, as I'm preparing, looking at some of these songs, the weightiness of what I sing sometimes. Do I really mean it? And if I don't mean it, how do I get to that place of truly meaning what I am singing in these songs? How am I allowing them to change me? So that's a little bit of a preview to this Sunday. Okay, I told you I wanted to be focused and not long-winded, but I'm sorry, it's who I am. Couple other announcements. We have the food pantry is gearing up for their Christmas dinner giveaway. I know we still have Thanksgiving coming up in a couple of weeks, but their big thing is Christmas. And so throughout the next about month or so, at the food pantry, we're going to be collecting lots of items. Specifically, the major needs for turkeys. And so if you are able to pick up an extra turkey at the grocery store, Walmart, wherever you are at, you can bring them to donate at the food pantry on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 6. And we are also setting up a way to donate on Sundays as you come to church. So if you just want to bring it with you on Sunday, we're going to have a cooler place to keep the frozen turkeys set so we can bring them over to the Fireman's Grounds building and the big walk-in freezer that they have, because they're allowing us to use that space, and it's a really awesome thing that they're allowing us to do. So thank you to the Frewsburg volunteer firefighters for allowing us to use your building. And so we can bring the turkeys over after worship on Sundays. So if you'd like to do that, please do. We're going to be trying to get you more information on what other items are needed and how to drop them off. That'll be in the midweek, that'll be in the bulletin. We'll talk about it on Sunday. So we really do need a lot of help with this. But I'd say right now the primary need is if you're able to pick up an extra turkey, that's a frozen turkey, and bring it to the food pantry Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 6, or bring it with you to worship on Sundays. We will make sure it gets to families who are in need. So thank you for that. Another announcement, we talked about this on Sunday, is we have these new hearing assistance devices that I wanted to show you. If you were not in church, or even if you were, I kind of covered it sort of quick, but these are basically to help out anybody who has a hard time hearing the sermon, the announcements, the songs, anything we do in church. These should help for anybody who might be hard of hearing. This was purchased from a donation that we received, so thank you to those who contributed to that. Basically, what this is something that you just, I unplugged the headphone part. All you do is turn it on in the middle, and you can turn it up or down based on how loud you would need, the volume to be. And you can either use your own headphones, you can bring them with you and just plug it into the top right here, very easy. Or you can use the little headphone that it comes with. The problem with this is that it only goes over one ear, and it only goes over your left ear. So if you would need it or want it in both ears or want it in your right ear, I would encourage you to bring your own headphones if you have this. This is something that we just want to provide for people who might be hard of hearing but want to still, be aware of everything that's happening in worship and hear clearly. So if you know of anybody who might have this need, please let us know. This Sunday, we're going to have these in kind of a little bit more organized with some instructions with them, and people can just take them as they come into the service. For second service, it will be plugged into our system, so you can hear absolutely everything. For our first service, you'll only be able to hear the sermon or whatever I have to say, because I'll have a little microphone with me, but it's plugged into the system for second service. So if that is a need that you would have, or a need that you know of somebody who could use that, please let them know. If you have questions about this, I know sometimes new technology is it's confusing and sometimes intimidating. It is really, really easy to use, but if you have questions, feel free to call the office, or you can talk to myself, Pastor Justin, Karen Davis, one of the ushers, if you have questions about how to use it. Okay. Lastly, last announcement. I told you it was going to be too long. Last announcement, this upcoming Monday, so next Monday, I think it is the 22nd. It is the 22nd. This Monday, the 22nd at 6 p.m., we will be decorating the church for the Advent season. So the wreaths, the ribbons, the candles, the Advent candles, the nativity scenes, all that fun, Christmas trees, all that fun stuff. We need a lot of help for decorating the church for the Advent Christmas season. So if you are able to help, please come and help out. That is, again, Monday the 22nd at 6 p.m. And many hands make light work, so I think depending on how many people we get, it shouldn't take too long, but it's always a fun time to have that season of transition of, oh man, it doesn't really feel like Christmas yet, but you know what, once the tree's up and we're putting up wreaths, listening to jingle bells or whatever we're listening to, it does feel a lot more like that season. So it's always a fun time. If you want to come help out, I encourage you to do that. Okay, this is turning into way too long. Thank you for listening. If you listened this whole time, you are an absolute saint. Thank you. All of this information, at least most of it, if not all of it, will be in the midweek email. If you do not get the midweek emails, please call the church office and give us your email address, and you get the midweek email. And if you give us your midweek email, or if you give us your email in general, we don't send out a ton of emails. Basically, we send out the midweek on Wednesday and any urgent prayer needs. So we don't inundate your inbox with lots and lots of emails and ads and all that fun stuff. It's not who we are. It's not what we're about. So, okay. I hope you have a really great week. Please contact the church if you need anything. Services, normal times this week, 8:30 early service, 10:30 later service. 10:30 service will be live streamed. And yeah, that's it for today. Longest midweek video ever. Thank you for listening.